Oh, what's them? I want to say what's them to my people out there. Shalom. For those of y'all not familiar with that word, it's ancient Hebrew. You heard me, and it means peace. It's Paleo Hebrew, and of course, Shalom is more of a modern Hebrew way of saying peace, the so-called Syrian Hebrew. And my name is Brother Mashab, by the way. Some of y'all probably already familiar with me with my past videos from my three media platforms. The first one being BBS, which is Bayatham Broadcast Studios. The second one being Celestial Series Multimedia, which I would like to welcome you, by the way, to Celestial Surgeon's multimedia platform as we speak, or shall I say as I speak. And my third media platform being GBS, that stands for that stands for Gabar Magan Broadcast Studios. And of course, Gabar Magan is a Hebrew compound word, and it means warrior shield. You understand? And I did a video early this morning, and I talked about homosexuality and polygamy and in Christianity, more particularly. Eddie Long, Bishop Eddie Long, was the primary topic, uh, but it didn't come out right. It did. For one, my voice was a little bit lighter, um, and I did a lot of not coughing, clearing my throat and all that. That's what I was doing because I had the fan right by me. Um, and even though it's winter time, the weather in Dallas is pretty up and down. You hear me? So sometimes in the depths of wintertime, yeah, it'll be like a straight up blizzard storm in the East Coast and whatnot. But if you come to Dallas, man, sometimes 70 degrees, which is just high. You heard me? Sometimes 70 degrees is as lows. So that's how Dallas weather is sometimes. Yeah, it's pretty up and down, roller coaster, inconsistent, and all that. You dig? But back to my normal voice now. Uh, you dig? And now I can become intertwined in the topic of homosexuality. And before I go any further, um, I do want to give all praise to the Most High, Ha That's how you say the Most High in ancient Hebrew, from what I gather. I'm still studying Paleo Hebrew. Matter of fact, I bought a book from the House of David camp earlier last year, like around March, and it's called Ancient Hebrew Handbook, and it comes in handy too. I really love it. So shout out to the House of David camp. Um, like I said, I purchased this right here. You did for $25, and it really comes in handy. Um, like I said, I'm still studying. I'm still a student. Still a novice at best. But all praise to the Most High. You dig? I am coming along. Uh, Another thing that I want to talk about. Um, I told a couple of my brothers about this. I told the brother Kadar Gabar. Um, I mentioned him in my video called "Message to You Edomite White Devil, Stay the Fuck Away from Our Bible and Our Heritage." um, but I call him by a different name. This is his Hebrew name, by the way. Um, Shout out to that brother. Him and Ramon Ricks, they one and the same. If you don't mind me bringing that out, um, I'm not pressuring the brother. I'm not gonna pressure his brother, his older brother. I would love for them, among other Israelites, to join forces with me because something's gonna happen in 2018. And I ain't talking about no conspiracy theory and all that crazy crap, no martial law. What I'm saying is, come on, 2018 is gonna be a 40-year anniversary since some white devil by the name of Gilbert Baker decided to take upon himself and and take that which not was but still is sacred and forever will be sacred and purified. You understand? And he took that and amalgamate that with homosexuality and gay pride, and that is the rainbow colors. So unfortunately, if I were to if I were to engage with you in word association, and I bring out the word rainbow, you will say LGBT, you will say homosexuality, instead of saying Genesis chapter 9 verse 13, which is what you're supposed to say. You understand? Um, so rainbow was never supposed to be feminine. Rainbow was never supposed to be intertwined nor sucked into the plague of homosexuality. You heard me? So I'm taking it upon myself, you dig, to I'm doing a movement from the 1st of January 1st, 2018, all the way to the 31st of December 2018. You understand? And we're gonna attack homosexuality at all cylinders. We're gonna attack pedophilia too. We're gonna jump on Malachi, yo. We're gonna jump on you know African Bambata. You understand? And hopefully, if the Most High say the same, Brother Poppy, he's a Muslim. You understand? But that don't matter. He's still a brother. He's still my brother. I think he'll be perfect for this movement. You understand? I also think Brother Ronald Savage will be perfect for this movement. And even those who was victimized by opposite sex pedophilia. You understand? If you're a woman, maybe you was molested by a man. If you're a man, maybe you was molested by a woman when you was a little kid. You understand? So even if it's not homosexuality, but it's still sexually perverted. So hell, we can include that too. You heard me? Um, I know it's still January. It's still the 29th of January 2017. I'm just letting y'all know, man, for future reference. I already designed a poster like, and most high willing, I will show it soon. I don't know how soon, but I will denote that because this is very important. We gotta take back what's rightfully ours. You understand? We gotta take back what's rightfully ours. You know, hopefully after 2018, people will have a different view on the rainbow colors. You understand? And they'll really understand that the rainbow colors signify the token or the sign, or shall I say the guarantee and the promise that the Most High have made towards Noah and his descendants, in which we are his descendants. You understand that never again, when the wickedness pollutes the four corners of the earth, professed by mortal people, that he will destroy the four corners of the earth through blitzing waters, caused by torrents of rain and all that there. Because like it says, I believe in First Peter, not First, but Second Peter chapter 3 verse 10, I believe, that this time is going to be destroyed by the fire. You heard me? Um, so, I want to make that there clear. You understand? The rainbow signify the covenant, the contract, the treaty, and the agreement that the Most High made with Noah and his descendants. They don't have a motherfucking thing to do with homosexual fuckingality. You understand? Some white devil by the name of Gilbert Baker from Kansas in 1978 decided to take upon himself to design a rainbow flag. You understand? Based upon gay pride. And what does scripture say about pride? You understand? It says, when there's pride, then cometh shame. Let me get there right quick. It's in Proverbs, I believe, chapter 11. Since I'm going to Proverbs chapter 11, I might as well read verse 1 that leads up to the second verse. Check this out, Jeremy. This is Proverbs chapter 11, verse 1. It says, a false balance is abomination to the Lord, but a just weight is his delight. What do you mean a false balance? An improper balance, a counterbalance is detestable in the eyes of the Most High. You understand? It's detestable. A man cannot procreate children with another man. That's an improper balance. You understand? And that goes against the laws of nature. And I like what Brother Michael Edwards said, Mr. Controversial. He said the whole purpose of nature is to breed itself. You understand? And nature is equivalent with the word natural. So it's not natural for same-sex marriage is not natural, but they're trying to make it natural. They're trying to make it common. You understand? You can't put uh simply put a double A battery into a remote that requires a triple A battery. You understand? It's unnatural. And if you try to make an attempt in an endeavor to put a double A battery into a remote or to a device that requires a triple A battery, you're not going to get any results. You understand? You're not going to get any results. You're not going to get any pleasant outcome because it was not manufactured to be that way. That's not natural. You understand? That's not natural. The man's buttocks was not meant to be inserted by another man. It was neither was the woman's behind. That's why I did those two videos rebuking General Yohana when he said that it's okay for a man to sexually cohabitate with his woman through anal sex. You understand? I have number love for you, General Yohana, man, but you are so off, man. You understand? And you can never be my leader. You can never be my leader, Ron. Never. You understand? So you're not the leader of all black people. You heard me? And we got to touch on topics like that too, because Hebrew Israelites, man, I've been this true man for damn near 9 years. Damn near 9 years. Come March 28, 2017, this year, gonna make it 9 years since I've been this true. You understand? And unfortunately, a good amount of our Israelites, I started to observe that a good amount of our Israelites becoming more perverted and perverted and perverted and perverted and perverted from the sexual standpoint. You understand? Simple as that. So once again, a man that wants to cohabitate with another man, there's an improper balance. You understand? And it's also called vanity and insanity. What is that saying? When you repeat something over and over again and expect to get a different outcome, that is insanity. That is indeed insanity. Same thing with the woman. A fake penis. You call it a damn dildo. And you expect procreation? All you're getting is a damn cheap perverted thrill. A cheap perverted thrill. You heard me? A cheap and perverted thrill. There's no bathing glands in the anal interiors. There's no ovum in the anal interiors. It's made to extract waste. It's made to extract bowels only. You understand? And I said this in the video by General Yohana. Would you dump nuclear waste in a community, dealing with people that commune together, people that inhabit in a particular neighborhood? You understand? Would you do something as risky and stupid like that? Of course you wouldn't. You're gonna dump nuclear waste in a desolate area, to where it wouldn't, propose a health hazard to residents. And because the people was exposed to Chernobyl in 1986, people perished as a result of that. You're not supposed to dump or expose anybody to daily radioactive nuclear waste. All right. I mean, hell, would you dump um, a trash bag into your room? Why would you do that? Because eventually, if that trash bag is not being disposed in a desolate area like it's supposed to be, you know what you're gonna see? You're gonna see maggots. You're gonna see maggots. You understand? That's the truth. That is the truth. You're gonna see maggots. That is unnatural. You keep waste. You separate yourself from any waste, from any trash. You understand? It's not natural to inhale something as unpleasant and abominable as trash. You understand? That's not natural. You're not going to keep company. You're not going to keep company with waste. Just like the scripture says about the foolish people, as a dog returns to his vomit, so a foolish man returns to his folly. So does a foolish man return to his folly. I think I paraphrased that last part. You understand? Would you keep company? Would you keep company with somebody who's foolish? Would you keep company with somebody uh, whose thought process is full of transgressions? When the scripture says, according to Proverbs chapter 24, verse 9, that even the thought process of foolishness is sin and abominable itself. So I say it to say this: why would you want to advocate anal sex? You understand? Whether you're a man cohabiting with a woman or you're a man cohabiting with another man, it's still sexually perverted. All right. Now let me read verse 2. Once again, I'm still in Proverbs. I'm still in Proverbs chapter 11. I'm going to read verse 2. It says, when pride cometh, then cometh shame, but with the lowly is wisdom. When pride surfaces, shame also surfaces. You understand? Now let's go to the book of Proverbs chapter 13, verse 10. Let me read verse 9 right quick. This is Proverbs chapter 13, verse 9. It says, the light of the righteous rejoiceth, but the lamp of the wicked shall be put out. Verse 10. Only by pride cometh contention. Only by pride cometh contention. But, meaning on the contrary, with the well advised is wisdom. If you well advised, you understand, you're not going to be contentious, because the well advised is the most composed. The well advised embodies composition. The well advised embodies decompression. You understand? The well advised is relaxed. They sedated. They are one with themselves. It's like in the martial arts world. You understand? What do the senseis tell you? They tell you to control your emotion, to be one with yourself. What did Yahweh Shai said in the book of St. Luke chapter 21 verse 19? He says, in your patience possess ye your souls. You understand? You'll be slow to wrath. Those who encompass with pride, they are fast to wrath. They are fast to wrath. Effeminate, emotional, can't control themselves. You heard me? Especially when the truth hurts. Especially when the truth hurts. You understand? And no, I'm not going to spell Bishop A. Long. Bishop A. Long got exactly what he deserved. I'm going to say it one more time. Bishop Eddie Long got exactly what he deserve. For all you slowpokes out there, that's exactly what he deserved, man. You using the name of Yahweh, using the name of the God that you claim that you serve, the God of the Bible that you claim that you're serving, and you're using that prestige. You know, this nigga was on. I mean, this nigga was on freaking Tyler Perry's Daddy's Little Girl. You know how big that is, man, to be in the mainstream movie theater. Even with that very little role, man, people is peeping you out. You understand? The eyes are watching. People are keeping you under their surveillances, man. And you gonna post something like this here? You gonna rape and molest little boys? You gonna rape and molest little boys? And a good estimate of people still had this nigga back. Not because they believe that he can repent, because they emotionally attached to him. I like what the brother Ari Spills said. Ari Spills, he was on that devil DJ Vlad from Vlad TV. You heard me? He said something that was so gangster, and it was so to the point when he talking about Richard Pryor. He said that people should know by now that half of Richard Pryor's great material wasn't even by Richard Pryor. You understand? Paul Mooney has something to do with half of the great materials of Richard Pryor. You understand? But people still saying he's the GOAT. He's one of the greatest of all time, no doubt about that. But because I found out for myself that Paul Mooney is responsible for at least half of the brother material, I gotta put Paul Mooney either on par with Richard Pryor or above Richard Pryor. But Richard Pryor still one of the all-time great. You understand? But people still gonna say he's an all-time great. Ain't nothing wrong with saying that. But don't become emotionally attached to him. Be objective. Now that you know this, how objective are you? You understand? Are you gonna change your mind, or are you still gonna be emotionally, because you emotionally attached to the guy, you still gonna say he's an all-time great? He can't be an all-time great if somebody else is ghostwriting for him. You understand? That's just my opinion of him. Richard Pryor's not top 10. I wouldn't even do Richard like that. He's definitely top 5, but he's not number 1. Not to me. You hear me? He's not. Not to me. You gonna see he's number 1. I'm not gonna argue with you because the man was that great. Even when he did his own material, he was that great. That's how great Richard was. Even when he does his own material, he was that great. You understand? But he was somewhat of a product of the geniusness of Paul Mooney. That's all I'm saying. And just like people have emotional attachment to Richard Pryor, knowing that there's an asterisk by his name, as far as being called the GOAT and all that, it's even worse. You see, Richard Pryor ain't committing no sin per se, by having somebody write from the ain't no sin in doing that. But there's a sin when you're using the name of the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, which you claim that you're serving, and you have the prestige of a Bishop T.D. Jakes. You have the mainstream Christian media. You understand? You have the clout. You have the same estimate of popularity of a Joyce Meyer, of a John Hagee. You understand? Bishop Paul Martin. I heard rumors about him being a faggot too. You understand? Don't know how true it is. I hope it's not true. You understand? Hope it's not true, but if it is, hey, look, I'm not going. Hey, look, I'm not going to spare the feelings of no one, especially within his inner circle, meaning his family. You understand? Truth had to be put on display. Truth needs to be denoted and disclosed. All right. I don't feel sorry. I don't feel sorry for Eddie Long. And man, you try to do this in the name of the Most High that you claim that you're serving, and you using that to molest. I can see this committing adultery. At least you'll be, heterosexual. It's still a sin, but it's heterosexual sin. You understand? It's still heterosexual sin. It's still sin ultimately. I'm like, okay, yeah, but when you, I will never understand for the life of me. What is the glory? What is the fascination? And I have to say it like this, yo, of shoving your dick up another motherfucking man's ass. What is the fucking glory in that, though? Now, some of you have to pardon my so-called French, and I explained this before. I explained this in my video on my BBS account. You heard me? Uh, that word is not really that's not really a curse word. But out of respect for those who just tuned in, I'm gonna try to refrain from using that language, even though I prove that it's not a curse word. Because for one, the word that word, the FUCK word, is actually derived from the 1600s and it's used by the Germans. And it's spelled Fucka and it's pronounced Faka, like Meet the Fockers, the movie, Robert De Niro and I think Ben Stiller. And that word just means to attack or to strike. So it was never used as a negative connotation, as a vulgar connotation. But out of respect for those who just tuned in, you understand? 'Cause I know how sensitive y'all can be. After dropping this hot knowledge, y'all just hear one explicit language and y'all just get emotional and just say, I don't want to hear this. I don't want you to be that way. Research for yourself. Matter of fact, Google in the origin of FUCK, and it will tell you exactly that it's from the 1600s, and the word for that is FOCKA, not FUCK, FOCKA, and it means to strike. Okay, so don't be alone when I use explicit language like that, because at the end of the day, we're gonna have to realize these things are not cuss words. All right. I don't want to be too long on this. I might do a part 2 series. Um, but I felt this needed to be disclosed because it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous, man. And like I said, this is not even close. And even if 2018 is a big success, that don't mean I'm gonna stop there. As long as sin is still in this world, man, I'm gonna call it as I see it. You understand? But I want 2018 to be more particular, to be an event that I think I would like for all Israelites to to come in a cohesive unison. You heard me? And put him in and set our differences. Excuse me. Set our differences aside. You heard me? Because I think that 2018 is going to be big, and I really do believe that 2018 will be a precursor to what we're going to see in the 2020s, in the 2030s, 2040s, 2050s, until the second coming. You understand? Until the second coming of Yahweh Shai. Sometimes I call him Yashanawa. You heard me? For those of y'all who make subscriptions onto the Old Testament, uh, you may believe there's actually King David. If you do, that's fine. But we do agree that there will be a second coming of something. You understand? So we definitely can find a common ground as far as that concerned. Without getting to the unnecessary bickering and debating. You understand? Shout out to the brother Mighty Hebrew. Shout out to Kashal the Danite. I really love and respect those brothers, man, because even though they don't make these subscriptions to the New Testament, they definitely don't antagonize those who do make this subscription to the New Testament and I appreciate that depth because I don't antagonize the Torah only. I'm Torah only too. You understand? But my thing is the reason why I defend the New Testament because I make subscription that the New Testament is a mouthpiece of the Torah, even though these brothers don't necessarily agree. So I am Torah only, but but I do believe in the Old as well as the New Testament because it's my conviction that the New Testament, corresponds with Torah. You understand? So I like to be more specific and just says brothers who make these scriptures only to the Old Testament. Um, so so yeah, man. I don't antagonize those man who only make these scriptures to the Old Testament and not the New Testament. Still my brother, and I meant that. Just like I said in the video about the brother Wise Lion like King. Hopefully I get a chance to talk to him. Um, I told him I was gonna buy me a headset with the microphone because he called me on Facebook, man. But I told him that you couldn't see me face to face because the webcam won't show my whole face for some damn reason. And at the time, I didn't have the headphones with the mic attached to it. But now I do. So, brother, whenever you want to talk on Facebook, man, and I have free time, man, we can make it happen, bro. You heard me? We can make it happen. But yeah, this is part one. Most I willing, I will do a part two, maybe part three. You understand? Um, because this is ridiculous. You dig? And somebody gotta show some heart. You heard me? Somebody gotta show heart. And we Hebrew Israelites, we do have heart. You dig? Um, so I'm just among those who does have heart. All praise to the Most High for that. And we will attack this abomination. You understand? Constantly. You heard me? And for that, I say Shalom Aleichem. It means peace unto you in ancient Hebrew. Shalom. Peace.